Welcome, Commanders family, into Command Center Game Day Live, brought to you by Northwest Federal Credit Union, the official credit union of the Washington Commanders. We invite you to stop searching and go Northwest. Check out nwfc.org/Washington to see how easy it is to join and how Northwest can help you make your money work for you. Stop by a branch or visit nwfcu.org/Washington today. And ladies and gentlemen, the moment you have all been waiting for, this is a live look out at FedEx Field with our live field cam presented by Verizon. Verizon, the network Commanders rely on. You can see the Washington Commanders gearing up for their Week 3 matchup against the Bills on the only, that's right, the only Washington Commanders pre-game show. What's good, Commanders family? Brian Colbert Jr. here with some Washington legends. We got B-Mitch right here. We got Santana Moss.
Brian.
Fellas, we are 2-0, baby. Undefeated. How does that feel?
Feels great, man.
Yes.
It feels unbelievably well.
Yes. Now, it's not every day I get to sit and hang out with legends, right?
Yeah.
So, I got to ask y'all. Y'all been here and done this before.
Yeah.
Buffalo Bills memory. Santana, I'm going to start with you.
My fondest memory has to go back when I played with the Jets, honestly. I had a big punt return, and then I later closed that drive out with a touchdown to seal that game. So that's one of the fondest memories that stand out in my mind.
Well, I go back to January 26, 1992. Super Bowl. We played against them. The score was 37-24. They were a high-powered offense, just like they are today. We had a dominant defense, as we do now. Let's see what they can do.
And we hoping you bring some of that Super Bowl championship energy
we need
to
some of
all
that.
of us, baby. Like I said, we're 2-0. We are undefeated. What pressure comes with being an undefeated team, especially going up against a team where a lot of people consider us underdogs? B-Mitch, I'll start with you.
Well, at that point, you can't make a lot of mistakes. And I think that's all the Tanner talks about all the time. Don't beat yourself.
Yeah.
Win the turnover battle. And when you're good, everybody gives you their best. So Washington will have to be ready today.
Well, you coming in undefeated, you're not really looking at saying that, hey, we the top dogs because we're 2-0. You understand the Buffalo team is a very accomplished team. They have did a little more than we have in the last few years. And at the same time, like you said before, we're the underdog. So it's not much pressure, but the pressure should be on every guy to go out there and handle their job.
And we got no doubt everybody gonna handle their job. We know the fans gonna handle their job, and another person or thing that's handling the job is this weather. It ain't raining like we thought it was gonna rain, but if it does rain, it could be a very big X factor. So let's get right into the weather. And this is your game day forecast presented by NBC4. We are working for you. And you can see, like I said, the weather cleared up a little bit. You know, it's got a little sunshine. It ain't raining. However, we still have 80% precipitation. 80% and a high of 68. It's not too hot, but I'm sweating already.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the excitement. You know what I mean? Maybe it's just the excitement. But we are so excited for today. Let's hope this weather does not play a big factor for us today. And like I said, fellas, got a big matchup. Buffalo Bills. We in here deep regardless of how the weather is. What are y'all keys to today's matchup? What are y'all must watch for today, Santana? Actually, Beavis, I'll start with you.
Well, I look at the containment of Josh Allen. He's a guy who can throw the football around the yard. He also can run the football. But whenever he breaks that pocket, you have to contain him and get him down to the ground because he'll do some dangerous stuff. He'll try to run over you, jump over you. If he does that, make him pay for it.
Yes,
I'm gonna pay close attention to our offensive line. I think our offensive line has to be the catalyst to secure this victory. I think they have to stand strong because those guys on the opposite side, we don't talk a lot about Buffalo's front line, but they have some guys, Daquan Jones, Greg Rousseau, a guy from Miami, Ed Oliver. All those guys we haven't really harped on them a lot this week, but those guys can go out there and get out the offensive line. So I'm looking for these guys to seal the day for us.
And those guys can definitely get after it, but you know who else gets after it? Our man Sam Howell, our quarterback Sam Howell. This is the perfect time to get into Air Power. And that's Air Power presented by Air National Guard, a proud partner of the Washington Commanders. Now, quarterback Sam Howell has looked very impressive through the first games of this season. The second-year quarterback has had 3 touchdowns, including 2 big ones in the Commanders' comeback victory against the Denver Broncos in Week 2. You see my man out there throwing it up. He's working really hard on his game every day at practice. We see it all the time. And, fellas, what are the keys to victory today? We got Sam Howell. We going up against his secondary. Talked about going up against this defense. Santana, what do you expect from Sam Howell today?
Well, I want Sam to be Sam. I want Sam to go out there and have one of those type of games that he had last week. But I want us to start off that way. I think last week when you saw us, we had a couple of early drives. We drove the ball well. We just didn't punch it in. So I think against a Buffalo team, a stout Buffalo defense, when these bad conditions, we have to punch it in. We have to get points every time. So I want Sam to go out there and play his game, be calm and collective, hit the open man, and just take us home, bring us home with a victory.
And for me, when I look at Sam, I believe Sam just has a guy, as Tanner stated, Go out there and be yourself. Don't try to do anything crazy. Because the thing about it, when he plays the way he played, so for them to go pick him, when he plays the way he played, for them to make him the starter, then he's doing well. I think you have enough guys on your side. Terry McLaurin, you got Doxson. Those guys will help him out. He doesn't have to do it by himself. As long as he remembers that, he's going to be okay.
And you got us to our perfect next topic right there, right? These receivers, okay? We got a pretty tough Bills secondary. What are you expecting from our receivers coming into this game, B. Mitchell?
I'm expecting for him to go out there and show out. And one thing I know about Terry McLaurin, he doesn't care what the stage is. He doesn't care who's going to be on the other side. He believes he's the baddest SOB out there. And that's the way you have to feel. In football, people call it arrogance. No, it's confidence. If you believe in yourself, you go out there and do it. And Terry has the rest of the crew playing just like him.
Yep. He said it. He said, I want these guys to go out there and let it be known. Now, these conditions might cause for a run game, a heavy run game.
Oh, yeah.
But I think our receivers are ready for the challenge. I mean, one of the things that when I was here with Gibbs, he had us out here playing with wet balls on Fridays. I'm not sure if these guys doing the same thing that we did back in those days, but this is Redskin weather / Commanders weather.
Yeah.
So when I was playing, that's what Coach Gibbs used to tell us. So I want those guys to go out there and shine today regardless of the weather.
And again, I'm going to keep saying it. We are 2-0, but we got to see some different things from this offense, right? What are you hoping to see more of to start this game?
Well, I want to see the running game. You know, I Tanner mentioned it. This may be a perfect conditions for a running game. But the thing I said about it, offensive linemen get a chance to be aggressive and tee off on somebody else. When you're pass blocking, they get paid for it, but you're passive. You want to be aggressive. If they can start running the football, we saw B-Rob last week, and I think AG is ready to, he had a fumble, he don't want to do it anymore. He want to get and become a part of that. You run the football effectively, you can close out a team like that wants to get the ball and throw it in the air.
Got to see our defensive front be relentless. I want to see these guys be relentless from the start to the finish of the game. Last week, they was the guys that started everything. You know, Deron Payne had a series where he made every play. So I want to see those guys early and often in the backfield, having that guy on the other side, Josh Allen, running out of his mind, trying to get, talking about scrambling? No, scrambling is behind out of bounds, throwing that ball away. That's what I want to see all game.
And clearly you guys are pumped up. The Commanders fans with us are pumped up.
Oh, yeah.
We have a lot more to get into. Later in the show, we're going to set it down to Fred in London. We're going to hear from them. But, guys, listen, we know y'all are watching. We know y'all are in the comments. So what we need you guys to do is leave y'all questions and then put a hashtag left hand up. That's hashtag left hand up to get your questions read live on air by your favorite Commanders players. We have so much more for you guys. We are so excited. 2-0, baby. It's week 3. We'll be back. Oh, but before we go, we do have to get into the most rewarding odds presented by Fanatics Sportsbook, the most rewarding sportsbook. The Commanders are back at home for their matchup against the Bills. Kickoff is set for 1 p.m. from FedEx Field. And let's take a look at these odds. The Commanders are 5.5
now.
Underdogs with a 220 money line. Those odds are looking good, but you know what? We looking good too. You are watching Command Center GAMEDAY Live presented by Northwest Federal Credit Union, the official credit union of the Washington Commanders, with non-stop live pictures from FedEx Fields. That is right, during break, you can see FedEx Fields, so don't go anywhere. We will be right back with a lot more.
Dad, we're gonna be late.
Can't stop adding stuff to your cart? Get the Bank of America customized cash rewards card. Choose the online shopping category and earn 3% cash back.
In-play betting, because a lot can happen in 4 quarters. You can wager on the spread, game props, player props, totals, and the money line. Bet365 is the world's favorite sports book for many reasons. In-play betting is just one of them.
When adventure calls, answer in a Toyota RAV4. Equipped for a range of capability, ample cargo space, and to keep you connected. Right now, buy a RAV4 with low APR financing. Toyota, let's go places.
VetTix secures unused event tickets to give back to the military and veteran community. The mission? To strengthen family bonds, build lifelong memories, and encourage service members and vets to stay engaged in their community. Giving out over 15 million tickets since 2008, VetTix continues to give something to those who gave. To find out how you can help give once-in-a-lifetime experiences to our veterans, service members, and their families, visit vettix.org today.
Hi, I'm Jeff Dick, Chairman and CEO of Main Street Bank. Every dollar we touch is not our own. Every dollar represents the countless hours spent on the construction site, late nights in the office, time away from family and friends. Remembering this keeps us in touch with what we do and who we do it for. At Main Street Bank, we are honored to be stewards of our clients' dreams, aspirations, and their money. Bank where trust matters and where you matter.
Hey Marissa, what are you doing?
Searching.
For what?
My financial wellness.
Stop searching. Go Northwest. I went to Northwest Federal Credit Union, even better than a bank. And they hooked me up with totally free financial counseling to help me manage my money.
Totally free?
Totally free.
I feel my financial wellness running through me already.
Whatever works. Stop searching. Go Northwest.
One bag.
The winter play was really coming together. Until disaster struck. Tensions were high. Luckily, replacement costumes were shipped with FedEx, which means Mr. Harvey could picture the perfect night. We're ready for the holidays, so you're ready for what's next.
Have fun, sis.
Can't stop adding stuff to your cart? Get the Bank of America customized cash rewards card. Choose the online shopping category and earn 3% cash back.
What's good, Commanders family, and welcome back to Command Center Game Day Live, presented by Northwest Federal Credit Union, the official credit union of the Washington Commanders. Check out the views from our live field presented by Verizon. Verizon, the network Commanders rely on, and you can rely on too. There's a view of today's warm-ups from out in the field where our guy, London Fletcher, is down there in the elements. London, what's going on, big dog? This will be your best seat in the house, presented by SeatGeek, the official primary ticketing partner of the Washington Commanders.
Thanks, Brian. Out here, the Commanders are looking to get to their first 3-0 start since 2005, and that was the second year of the return of Joe Gibbs as the coach here in Washington. If we're going to get to 3-0, we're going to face an extremely difficult Buffalo Bills team. We're going to have to beat them. They got one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League in Josh Allen. Big, strong, physical guy. You have to keep him in the pocket, not allow him to hurt you extending plays. It's going to be a major challenge for our defense. Our defensive line in particular, they're going to have to make sure they're being disciplined in their pass rush lanes. But also from the backhand side of it, the coverage has to be sticky. They have to disguise their looks. Force Josh to hold on to the football a second longer to allow that pass rush to get to Josh Allen. On the flip side, offensively, we have to maintain our distribution, make it difficult for the Bills defense to deal with us. We have so many weapons, it's hard for teams to game plan against us. Sam Howell did a great job of spreading the football around. 9 different receivers caught at least 2 passes last week against the Denver Broncos. Also, I looked to us to lean on that running game. I know the Bills, they held the Las Vegas Raiders to 55 yards rushing, but we got a much better rushing attack than the Raiders. We got people walking in front of our camera. That's okay. When you live from the sidelines, that's the type of energy you get. Back to you, Brian, in the studio. I'm about to go get ready for us to go 3-0.
Welcome back, Commanders family, into Command Center Game Day Live, presented by Northwest Federal Credit Union, the official credit union of the Washington Commanders. You are taking a live look at our fan cam. The fans is in the building. No matter the weather, they show up and they travel for us. Look at them go now. Let's send it down to our guy, London Fletcher. Now, guys, listen. We're about to run it back now, all right? Now, y'all played this game last week. We're playing it again. Y'all were some of the best return men in the game.
Yeah.
So y'all know how to run it back.
There you go.
B. Mitch, what do you want to see these guys run back that they did in week 2 for here in week 3.
I want to see the team start off this first half like they did in the second half. The defense with all the first rounders, they were dominant. Yeah. They dictated to the Broncos. Let's do the same thing to the Bills.
Yeah.
This is the type of game you come out and you say, this is what we're going to prove to you who we are.
I definitely want to see Sam go out there and have one of those big performances that he had last week. You know, I know the conditions are a little different. He threw for over, 299, had 2 touchdowns. I think he's going to have to put up them kind of numbers, regardless of the situation out there on the field, just for us to get a victory today.
And we're looking for that victory today. Y'all saw the fan cam. Y'all see the live cam right there. We here right now. You know what? I think it's time for our special delivery, delivered by Grubhub. Fans, don't forget to order your food from your seats during the game using the Grubhub Seatback QR code. And remember, when you use that QR code, no fees are applied. It's time for Left Hand Up, presented by Grubhub. What is your need for today, guys? What do you guys need to see from these guys today? Start with you, Santana.
Well, one of the things I said before is just seeing these guys play relentless on defense, but I need to see the whole team have that kind of mindset. All 3 phases need to go out there and dominate. If they do that, then we should have no worries leaving the stadium today.
Yeah, I just need to see them start fast. I think that's the ultimate thing. They're proven now when they get their mindset to it, they can play with anybody in the second half. Let's do it from start to finish, and it'll be a lot easier. I wouldn't have heart palpitations at the end of the game.
Listen, our heart's been racing.
I don't want to see your heart racing.
I want to see your heart racing either, but hey, if it means a win, it means a win, right?
I'll take it, but I like it to be a little easier.
Now, fellas, we have a lot of fun, but we got a lot more show to get into.
Oh, yeah.
We still got to break down this defense. We still got to break down this offense a little bit. Now, guys, remember, we got Brian Robinson coming up next. Brian Robinson Jr., we sat down with him for our never ordinary moment. You see him in there with the fans. We're hoping to see more of those jumps in the stands, and we hope to see some more touchdowns. This is Command Center Game Day Live, presented by Northwest Federal Credit Union, the official credit union of the Washington Commanders. You found the only, that's right, the only Commanders pregame show in town, and the only one that gives you continuous looks at your guys warming up. They will keep this up throughout the whole break. We got a lot more for y'all. See y'all soon.
Grab me one too.
Toyota Tacoma, the off-road legend. Built for adventure and designed for longevity. Equipped for any terrain with the guts to be unstoppable. Right now, buy a Tacoma with 3.99 APR financing. Toyota, let's go places.
What you doing? Searching. For what? My financial wellness. Stop searching. Go Northwest. I went to Northwest Federal Credit Union, totally better than a bank. And they helped me figure out how to make my money work for me. I even got a great credit card that pays 2 times the points. But can they help me find my car keys? Stop searching. Go Northwest.
Football's here, and Fanatics Sportsbook wants you to rep your team colors. Introducing the Fanatics Jersey Drop. Bet $50 or more and get an official jersey up to $150. Available for a limited time. Welcome to the most rewarding sportsbook.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception? First down? Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Commanders family, it's a Command Center Game Day Live presented by Northwest Federal Credit Union, the official credit union of the Washington Commanders. Now, as y'all see, we got our fan cam out there. The fans is turned up. They looking real good out here. There's a lot more burgundy and gold than there is yellow. And you know what? Our fans are never ordinary, and so is our running back. So let's check out our never ordinary interview with running back Brian Robinson Jr., presented by Bet365. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Brother, clearly out on that field, you are never ordinary, especially week 2. 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter when your team needed it the most. Put the team on your back, got in that end zone, man. Talk about those 2 touchdowns. Talk about what the team was talking about in the fourth quarter, because it started off a little slow, as you mentioned earlier. What was the conversation like? What's your mentality like going into that fourth quarter?
Going into the fourth quarter, I think I had just had a nice carry for a big game. At the end of the third quarter, that third quarter was ending, and we were still down. At that point, we had been scratching and clawing back for a whole quarter, and we've been making progress, and guys were starting to feel the energy of direction we was going in, and we had momentum that we was trying to just keep by our side, playing in a environment like we was playing in. And my number was called, and they needed me the most, and that's when I got to show up the most, just in those clutch times to really show what type of player you are, how resilient you can be, when you down and your back really against the wall, and you swinging and you fighting and scratching and clawing to try to come out from on that wall, and your number is called, and everybody on that sideline, all the coaches, they looking at you, they expecting you to go make a play, and that's what I expect to do. And I made plays when the number was called. I scored the first touchdown to give us the first lead of the game, and the second touchdown, it came just of trying to put the game away. And I felt like we had our foot on their necks, and I was just pressing the gas.
What makes Brian Robinson Jr. never ordinary?
What makes me never ordinary is that you never know. Like, you'll never know with me. Like, you can come up with all these theories and think about all the stuff that you think I can't do until I do it. Like, you're gonna doubt me, you're gonna say I can't do all this stuff, and then I'm gonna do it, and then everything's just gonna go away. So my thing is, I stand to never be predictable. I never want to be predictable on the football field. Like, if somebody think I'm just a power back, I'm going to show them that I got agility. Somebody think I'm slow, I'm going to show them I got a little speed. Somebody think I can't catch, I'm going to show you how high I can jump, for real. So, that's what makes me never ordinary, the fact that, you can never really predict what I'm going to do.
Always great talking to our guys, especially B-Rob. Now, you can check out that full interview on our Commanders YouTube page, and check out this live shot from our Verizon live cam. Washington is currently gearing up for tonight's game from right here at FedEx Field. Kickoff is at 1. Now, let's take a look at B-Rob's numbers from last season. Now, 790 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. Remember, that is just in 12 games. He did not play until week 5. So these are very, very impressive numbers, just only playing a set amount of games. It is crazy to think he's already eclipsed his touchdown totals already. So, perfect chance to talk about our run game versus the Bills while we look at our Verizon live cam presented by Verizon, the network the Commanders can rely on. And like I said, guys, we got a tough defense we're going against, right? But we also got some tough backs. Now, this Bills defense held the #1 leading rusher last year to -2 yards. That's -2 yards. what do you expect to see from our rushing game against this potent defense? B. Mitch, I'm going to start with you.
Well, I expect us to go out there because this is what's happened. You look at what Brian Robinson has done this year, and most of that has come in the second half.
Yeah.
I'm wanting them to come out and try to establish that run early because what happened with Jacobs, they came into the game to stop Jacobs. They know in this game they got to stop Terry, they got to stop Sam. They may not focus on Brian. Go out there and try to establish early, and then you carry throughout the rest of the game. You got to play big ball football, big boy football. This is not just about tossing it around. On a wet day like this, find out how tough they are. They got small pass rushers. Make them have to block the big boys.
The conditions favors us, when it comes to the run game. I think it favors both teams. You're going to see more of that being established tonight. One of the things that stands out to me is week 1, Brian had just about 59 yards. Week 2, he had 87 yards. This will be the game when he eclipses 100 yards. He get his first 100-yard game today. That's what we're going to see from Brian Robinson.
And we're hoping to see that. And we talked about the Bills' defense and how great they were against the run. However, Josh Jacobs got 5 catches out the backfield. Yeah. What does that mean for our rushing attack, especially Antonio Gibson? B-Mitch?
Well, I think the whole thing about it, and not just Antonio, I think people have been making Antonio the pass catcher. With Eric Bieniemy, he wants everybody that's in the backfield to be able to catch the ball. So if they get so focused on the run with Brian may be catching it. This is a screen-running team.
Yeah.
They are excellent at it, and I think a lot of the screens will be used today. You slow down the pass rush, then you make them catch. 330 pounds in your chest as a pass rusher at 260, you don't want to do that all day.
Definitely don't want to deal with that. And, fellas, let's take another look at our Verizon live cam. You see the guys out there warming up. You see our rookie Forbes Jr. out there.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm feeling lucky, so I think it's time for some more fun, fellas. Let's play Win Fast. Let's play Fast, Win Fast, brought to you by Maryland Lottery Fast Play Games. Play Fast, Win Fast today, but please play responsibly. Now, fellas, you know I like the games now.
Yeah.
Right? You know I like to put my game show hat on, right? Yeah. So you know we're paying the bills, right? And they're a big money team. And sometimes when you play a big money team, you got to have guys to go out there and pay the bills, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give y'all a matchup, and y'all going to tell me which one of the two are going to pay the bills today. Right. Sounds simple enough? Okay, so first things first, our defensive line, Bills offensive line. Who's paying the bills today? Santana, I'm starting with you.
You know who I'm going with. Don't ask me that question. Our defensive line, they paying the bills today.
I agree with them. I've watched this D-line go out there and just establish what they want to do.
Yeah.
I believe they are probably top 2 in the league right now. Go out there and
very disruptive today.
Yes, sir. That's 2 for paying the bills. Now we got another one. Sam Howell against this Bills secondary. Which one's paying the bills today, B-Mitch?
I'm going to go with Sam because Sam doesn't work by himself.
Yeah.
See, Sam is the type of guy that walks into it and he brings the crew with him. Yeah. And that's led by Terry McLaurin. I'll say it over and over again. I don't care who you are as a cornerback. Terry McLaurin is probably better than you because the guy brings a different toughness and tenacity to the game.
Mr. Sam I am. He's paying the bills.
He's definitely going to pay the bills. And then the last one, and maybe the most important, we got offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy, and then we got defensive coordinator from the Buffalo Bills, Sean McDermott. You're a guy, so I'm going to go to Santana first. Who paying the bills today?
Well, look here. If I say anything about Buffalo, fire me today, right? So you know I'm not saying their name. My man EB paying the bills.
I have known Eric for a long time. We basically played in the same era. I've known Sean as well. Lil Red, he was up there in Philadelphia with me. But I think right now, Sean has been around Eric several times with Kansas City. Eric came out on top, so I'm going with Eric Bieniemy.
All right, we love it.
I like it.
It sounds like the Commanders are paying the bills today, and that's right, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Bills. We are just moments away from kickoff. You can check out this live cam right here from Verizon, and you know what? We got to pay some bills, too. We got to go to break, but make sure you stay tuned. It's a Command Center Game Day Live, presented by Northwest Federal Credit Union, the official credit union of the Washington Commanders. It is the only Commanders pregame show, which has your field pass to all the action. We won't let you miss a moment, and you better not miss a moment. We will be right back with more.
Right now on FanDuel, we're giving you more ways to cherish the NFL season. When new customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed. And you can withdraw your winnings instantly. So get all your high fives in now before football Sundays become Sundays again.
Bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed.
FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
VetTix secures unused event tickets to give back to the military and veteran community. The mission? To strengthen family bonds, build lifelong memories, and encourage service members and vets to stay engaged in their community. Giving out over 15 million tickets since 2008, VetTix continues to give something to those who gave. To find out how you can help give once-in-a-lifetime experiences to our veterans, service members, and their families, visit vettix.org today.
Hey, it's me, food. I'm so much more than just what we eat. I'm hand-cut, fresh and frosted. I love it. Aw, I love you too. See, life is always something new. All messy, frantic, and amazing. And from where I sit, you look delicious. That's why every day is worth celebrating. If you can. Stay fresh. Sincerely, food. Sincerely, Safeway.
You're going to like this story because it's about you. You who forgot to charge your phone last night. You who sprints to the boarding line so your bag will fit. You with him. Until one day you boarded a United plane that was designed for, well, you. And your phone got charged, your bag fit. So did everyone else's, but this story isn't about them. Your toddler didn't tantrum and you got to fly happily ever after. The end.
Hey, Marissa. What are you doing?
Searching
For what?
my financial wellness.
Stop searching. Go Northwest. I went to Northwest Federal Credit Union, even better than a bank. And they hooked me up with totally free financial counseling to help me manage my money.
Totally free?
Totally free.
I feel my financial wellness running through me already.
Whatever works. Stop searching. Go Northwest.
Football's here, and Fanatics Sportsbook wants you to rep your team colors. Introducing the Fanatics Jersey Drop, a jersey offer like no other. Bet $50 or more and get an official jersey of your choice, up to $150. It's available for a limited time, so grab it before it's gone. And with Fanatics Sportsbook, you can earn up to 5% fan cash back on every bet. Welcome to the most rewarding sportsbook. Start earning fan cash now.
Welcome back, Commanders family. It's a Command Center Game Day live presented by Northwest Federal Credit Union, the official credit union of the Washington Commanders. We are gearing up for kickoff, and it's just a few moments away. And speaking of gearing up, we are gearing up for our kickoff presented by Fanatics. And you know what, fellas? When I say gearing up, I mean we really gearing up. Look at the swag we got. These shirts are over at the fan shop. You can also get them online. Fellas, what y'all think about the swag y'all got today?
Hey, every week they give me something new to take home with me, so you know I'm loving it.
Now, see, I don't know why y'all got shirts. I feel like I need shirts too. But you know what? You know what? Thanks, man. Thanks for letting me out. Now, okay, now we told the fans to leave us their comments, right? So we're going to do hashtag left hand up. Now, I'm didn't get the card delivered to me. I got it sent to my phone, so don't mind me while I look at my phone and ask these questions. Both of y'all are going to answer these, okay? All righty. First question. This is from Aaron Hicks. Will Terry get more than 10 receptions today? Will Terry get more than 10 receptions today? B-Man, start with you.
You know, I don't believe he's going to get more than 10 because this offense is not made for guys to have that many.
Yeah.
They like to spread it around. 10 people caught passes last week.
Exactly.
So I think he's going to get more than he got last week, but not 10.
Yep. Yeah, he won't get 10. Like B-Man said, 9 people caught 2 passes last week. Yep. So I do believe that they're going to pass it around to all these guys, but I can see Terry with at least 5.
Okay, Aaron, I hope that answered your question. We got more from. Now, this is from WC Fanatic. What is a must-win to this game, Santana? I'm going to start with you.
What's a must-win?
What is a must-win to this game?
Let me pull my thinking cap. I look at it like this. I don't like to put pressure on things that don't need to be that don't need to be put on.
For sure.
I feel like every week is a must-win. You understand? So this is the team, the next team on the list. So yeah, we want to go out and be victorious, but it's not a must-win, but I want us to come out victorious.
I think the turnover battle is a must-win, I believe. It's wet today. You're at home. You keep the ball in your hand and have these fans behind you and make them have to press, you give yourself a better chance of getting some turnovers.
And you know I love that.
I was about to say, I never thought I'd see somebody beat you in the win the turnover battle. You got it took his right there.
I think that's what it is because right today, when you look at this thing, when we don't give the ball to people, they have to work their tails off to beat us. So I believe if we keep the ball in our hands and make them press, that's when you get mistakes. Josh Allen is an unbelievable quarterback, but when he presses, he makes a ton of mistakes. I want to see him put some balls in the hands of forwards and guys like that, forwards, so they can pull them down and give the ball back to our offense.
Now, fellas, I love asking y'all questions. I'm having a good time. I feel like we got time for one more. What you think? We got time for one more fan. All right. DeMarco Johnson asks, who is your X factor for today's game? Who is the X factor for today's game? B. Mitch, we're going to start with you.
I am going to go, the X factor is 3 people. The 3 people in the middle, because Ed Oliver and his crew are dominant on the defensive line of the Buffalo Bills. I believe Gates and his crew now, Cosby and also Sadiq Charles, those 3 guys working in unison are going to be the X factor because if they can move them, I believe that we have the advantage with our tackles blocking them in the run game. Inside is where the competition will be. If we win that inside, we run the ball on them, they're going to have a long day.
All right. B. Mitch went with the offensive side. I'm going to go with the defensive side. I think our X factor each week will always be our defensive front. Those guys have to be relentless, like I said before, disruptive, play with one of those, like Coach used to call it a burr. I don't know what Coach Gibbs meant by that, but he meant something about it because he always told us play with a burr. But I want those guys to get out to Josh, make him uncomfortable, and trust me, they will be the X factor.
All right, fellas, listen, I hope you guys got the answers y'all are looking for. Keep putting those questions in the comments. Keep talking to us because you know what? I actually know, because I'm a fan too now. I'm a fan too. So I got some questions for y'all too, you know what I mean? So my first question is actually, because you're talking about defensive line, I need it real quick. Who getting the first sack today? B. Mitch.
Let me see. First sack. I am going to go with Big Deron Payne.
A Big Deron Payne. Who you got real quick?
I'm going with my man Chase.
Yep.
Chase,
and you know what, fellas? Fellas, we need keys to the matchup today, fellas. We need y'all big 3 keys to today's matchup. We're going to go back and forth. You going to give me one, you going to give me one, you going to give me one, you going to give me one. That work?
Okay, let's
get that first key.
Well, I gave you one earlier, and I think Tanner would agree with this. Protect the football. Don't turn it over. Win the turnover battle, you win the game.
Those guys up front, he talked about them. They have to make sure that they get the Buffalo Bills defense, have them at bay. I think that in order for us to be successful, we have to be able to run the ball and pass the ball. So our offensive line is my first key.
Okay, key number 2.
Then you flip it over. Josh Allen will give you opportunities. When the ball touch your hand, don't worry about running. Just catch it and fall down. You have to take, when he gives you those opportunities, they only come so often. When you get that great opportunity to take the ball away from their offense, you have to do it.
My second key lies in Sam Howell. Just being a great decision maker. You know what I mean? When he don't see it, get rid of the football or run. Get some yards. He can do that. So do that. Do that well. He does it well. I know at times young quarterbacks want to find the open guy. When it's not there, it's not there. Run with the ball. So my second key would be Sam Howell.
All right, last key.
All right. This is a new era, okay? You can remember, we didn't have home field advantage. We now have home field advantage. When they have the football, the fans have to make sure that they can't hear. So somebody can have a false start. Somebody jumps offside. Make it hard for them. Fans got to come out there and give it to them.
No doubt. And my last key, if we do those first 2 keys I said well, that allows EB to dig more in his bag, man. That's what I want to see. EB has been, trust me, when you look at the things that he's been setting up for this offense, it's only because the offense has been successful. When you're having successful games in the run game, in the passing game, that allows your offensive coordinator to dig further in that bag and dial more things up. So I want to see us be successful in both games, run game and pass game, so EB could dig in that bag, baby.
Well, y'all got the keys, just like DJ Khaled, man. Those are some great keys. Now, you guys kind of alluded to this earlier when we spoke about this weather and the X factor that maybe the weather might be. How does this change the way you go for prepping for a game like this, knowing it's a little slippery out there? Say, 10, I'm going to start with you.
Well, we're professionals. And as much as I tell you I hate the rain, they still threw that ball. They would throw the ball. Hey, Tanner, I'm coming to you. Man, no, you don't come to me right now. But so you have to go out there and make the play. I'm pretty sure these guys, regardless of the circumstances, the conditions, no matter if the rain come down even harder, they going out there to win, beat the guy in front of you. And if they saying we going deep, you better believe those guys out there, they getting those gloves dry as they can because they want that ball.
It's just like driving. If it's completely dry out there, you drive at a certain speed.
Yeah.
When it starts to rain a little bit, you slow down a little bit.
Mhm.
You don't stop, but
Yeah.
you slow down. I think the ultimate thing is to make sure you keep your feet under you.
Yeah.
You know, Santana didn't slip a lot. The dude got to keep his feet under him. Use the outside foot when you're braking. But everybody is playing under the same conditions.
Yeah.
That's the mindset I've always had. If they were playing in the sun and we were playing in the rain, they have an advantage. But damn it, they playing in the same conditions I'm playing in. So we need to go out there and make sure we handle it better than they do. We know this field. We know the condition. We know when it's wet how it is. We know when it's dry how it is. And make sure, as Coach Gibbs would tell you, have the right studs inside your shoes. Because if you chose the wrong shoes, you got a problem.
Well, let's hope the Bills quarterback Josh Allen chose the wrong shoes. Now, we know Josh Allen, as great as he throws, he's a very mobile quarterback. B-Mitch, how do you prepare differently for a guy that can not only stand in that pocket, but also spread the field with his feet?
It's not necessarily playing different. It's just playing more precise.
Yeah.
You know, against every quarterback, you want to contain them. You want to keep them in the pocket for the most part. With Josh, you want to make sure you keep him in the pocket because he has the ability to hurt you with his legs. But when he contains, when he breaks the containment and he wants to run and try to run over you, as I stated earlier, make him think twice about doing that again. I was a running quarterback. I lowered my shoulder on the D lineman and he put the back of my head on the ground. And let that happen to him. He jumps, he does all types of things. You got to make him pay for it when he makes that move.
And Santana, you've played with mobile quarterbacks as a receiver, right? What advantage does that give the receiver, and what does our secondary need to do to make sure they stay on their guy while Josh Allen's running around out there?
Those guys are always open. I mean, they can run 3, 4, 5 routes, but that's one of the great things about us having a defensive line we have, because if you allow him to run around, I don't think we're going to allow him to do so much of that. But as a receiver, you love the fact that, hey, if I'm not open on this first read, I can get open on my second or third one because I have a mobile quarterback. So hopefully our defense is playing one of those, like Fred Smoot said, those cover 2, those shells where we can see him at all times. So when he escapes, we going downhill to go get him.
Well, fellas, I have no doubt our defense is going to be ready, and I also feel our offense is going to be ready. And a lot of that is because of our offensive coordinator, Eric Bieniemy. What do you expect to see differently from EB? I feel like every game we've seen him get a little more comfortable with this playbook, try a few more different things. What do you want to see that you haven't seen yet in week 3?
I want to see the running game come into it a little quicker. I think we've had a tendency to go out and we try to loosen them up by throwing the ball, and then we start running it. Why not go out there and see if you could get them early with the run? And I believe once we start running the football, this offense works even better. When they start running the ball, now they can put it in there, pull it out, and Tanner knows. Mark Brunell set Tanner down the middle. When you give it and the safety just settles a little bit, if you're even, they're leaving, and we want some guys leaving, going past them.
I talked about the 13 personnel. I want to see probably more tight ends on the field at times. You know, lull them to sleep a little bit with the run game, and then set up the pass game with that same formation. You know, teams, I've seen him do it a lot when he was in Kansas City. Put those tight ends on the field, make them think that we're going to be heavy on the run, and then what? You got 1 or 2 guys wide open because they're not expecting it. So who knows what he's going to do? I believe each week EB is going to add more to his, I guess you say his tool belt when it comes to his, play calling. But I want to see it all today, man. Bring all the tricks in the bag.
And you know what? You know who else want to see it all today? These amazing Commanders fans that have been here with us the entire show. They will be here throughout the whole game, and we will still be here too. We still got post-game live, baby. This is Command Center Game Day Live. We will hear Brian Cover Jr., Brian Mitchell, Santana Moss. We will be back for post-game to give you all things Commanders. You hear the cannons going? That means it's almost kickoff time, baby. Commanders family, let's go, baby. We will see y'all back here for post-game live.